And today's question goes like this. They start off by saying, "Hello, ladies, you look lovely today. Thank you very much." And then they go on to say, "I need your help kindly. I have a sister who was born in 2007 and she is supposed to be in Form 2. But huyu msichana ametusumbua sana. We're just the two of us who are raised by my grandmother. Can you imagine she is so disobedient, hasikizi mtu, she disrespect my grandmother who now has to take pressure pills because of her. The school fees is all paid because she got a scholarship from for Form 1 to Form 4. She runs away from home like 3 days. She fears no one. Juu hadi amepelekwa polisi na bado hachange. Please, please, please help us, ladies." You know what? I really understand. I really understand how it feels to have a sibling who's clearly not doing what they're supposed to be doing and not doing what you think they should be doing, or looks that they're lost, they're just very rowdy and very disobedient and really acting out. And before you just point out the finger and say, "You're the black sheep of the family, what is wrong with you?" I feel like there's a lot of confrontation when it comes to you addressing your sister and how she's acting out. Maybe try to figure out why she's acting out. There must be a reason. You've said you're being raised by your grandmother. There's also always that pressure of, my grandmother is now raising us, so now we feel like we owe her to do the best. That pressure is a lot. So figure out what is wrong with her. If there's nothing wrong and she's just acting out for no reason, and I don't think she's acting out for no reason, some people, you just can't help them.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is do what you can and leave the rest to God. You focus on your life, focus on your grandmother and making sure she's okay. You just focus on doing you. And if one day life snaps, because it does, reality snaps at you and she realizes what she's losing. She's missing out on a scholarship because she decides to run away from home. When it finally snaps for her, she will come back. But until then, I feel like all she needs is just a lot of love, a lot of understanding, and you guys creating a space where she can just come back home, a safe space for her. Si ati kila time akirudi hapa, it's just confrontation. "You're disappointing us, you're this and this and this and this and this." Have you sat down with this person, tried to figure out what's happening? There could be a really disturbing reason behind why she's acting up. Yeah.
A lot of people go through bullying and a lot of other terrible issues in school, and because now she has a scholarship for like the whole period, there's no escaping from that school. Like, there is none. She's stuck in that school until Form 4. And I think these are just some things that people do, especially when a lot of people who lash out and are seeking attention in this way, it's because they're trying to direct you to something. And I think this is from my own experience from watching my brother. He was very rowdy. He would run away from school, yada yada yada. Later on, we find out actually he was being bullied in school, and therefore he didn't feel safe staying in school, and he would rather run away and be somewhere else instead of being in school where he's being bullied. And in many other ways, you see people are reacting funny, people maybe over consuming alcohol and stuff like that, and you're like, what's happening? It's because they don't know how to deal with the thing that is bothering them, and so the easiest way is just to try and forget about it. That's not what I'm trying to say about your sister. I think Turi said it best. Sometimes they're just going through something and they don't know how to express it properly. They don't know how to, they're still a teenager, their brain is still forming, they're in their formative years. So I think it's important for you to either, one, try and get them to speak to someone who would help figure out what the issues are. Sometimes it's just as simple as just letting her be, because sometimes when there's too much attention, it can lead them to even want to draw more out of you guys. So if you just leave it, okay, she wants to run away, fine, let her run away. Just make sure you know where she is, but don't be, where are you, just find out.
Love them
you
from
will
a
know. Yeah,
distance.
love them from a distance. Trust me when I tell you, once it's quieted down, she's just going to bring herself right back there. And when she does eventually come home, let's not make it a thing of, where have you been, this is your fault, yada yada yada. Because of course, if you're saying things like, my grandmother is sick because of her, obviously she knows that you've said that, and it makes her even more guilty, and it acts out even more. Teenagers are teenagers. Unfortunately, they just are annoying as hell. So I hope that when she comes back, you guys find a way to resolve this in a calm and cordial way. Try and get her help. See a therapist, someone, a counselor, someone who can actually try and figure out what is going on with her, because sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than it is to talk to people who are close to you. So if all these things don't work out, then just leave her. She will come back at her own time. In whatever mess she will come back as, maybe worst case scenario, maybe pregnant here and there. Just accept her for what she is and love her in the same way that you would want to be loved if you were going through a difficult situation. But try and get help from someone to give her advice, someone to try and figure out what's going on with her.